Hi guys, it's Techalyzer here. It's something very interested started happening this evening, um, and it's actually the first time I get to witness something like this. Even though I kind of feel like this has happened before, being an IT professional and all that. Um, it's a matter of time until with any kind of setup of any size and uh, you know from the repair shop at the corner up until to the largest companies, at some point something will fail or some person will make a catastrophic mistake and things will go wrong at some point. But I have never witnessed it live and never witnessed it for so long. Apparently, from my own research, which was basically just a ping in Facebook domain name, and we can see it is absolutely dead. It's non-existent. It's like you'd ping www dot the website that doesn't exist.com, and that made me think that there's something wrong with some kind of maybe data centers that host servers that do domain name solving or DNS. But in short, I know that a lot of you may have heard DNS. I think it's in Windows network settings as well, if I'm not mistaken. It should be something like that, and that's right, it's the DNS server, because the entire internet and websites and all that actually work only with IPs. These domain names are used for human interfacing, so you would have marketing and for it to be easier to remember, because instead of 71.8.125.2 you just write www.amazon.com, and that's more humanly recognizable. But all these names are transformed by a whole bunch of servers into IPs, into numbers, and like I said, as any technical solution, if that fails, then you won't be able to connect in any other way but by entering the actual IP. And I'm actually gonna try that to see if I can find if I can access Facebook through IP. I see a couple of IPs here. Oh, these are all 2011, like from the past year. But I'm not sure, because these would most definitely change throughout time. But in theory, if you would get one of these right, and it would be the actual IP of a Facebook server, even though you have this outage, you'd be able to access the website with no issues whatsoever. And you can see there's a whole wide range of servers, and that's to be expected for such a huge service like Facebook. So I would basically have to try these each of these ranges from 1 to 256, some of the most commonly active IPs. I'm not sure if I'll get lucky just to get a proof of concept here. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. If there's not something even deeper wrong, I don't know. Uh, but yeah, in the theory, at least for a small website, that would be very easy if you know the IP. But if these DNS servers, these servers that transform your humanly recognizable domain name to an IP, if these fail, then there's no way that you can access a website or a service that uses domain names for this. You can see here what I'm especially curious about is that it seems to have affected the whole damn planet. And I don't know, I've never got the chance to apply these IT standards because I've always worked in smaller companies, you know, like 10, 20 employees at most, you know, small businesses. And to be honest, it has always felt better because you have a whole range of benefits compared to multinational companies. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into personal details or anything like that. It's just that I haven't gotten the chance to apply some standards that are used in such huge environments, because when you have such a service like Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp that use hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe tens or thousands of servers, there's always this redundancy plan that you have, including different geographical locations, different political environments, you know, so that, for instance, if war starts in the country that you have a data center in, it's not going to be the only place where you have the data center, and it's going to be bombed, and you're basically left with nothing. So you got to think about these things. And most definitely companies like Facebook or Google are fully aware of this and have done their job. And still, it's weird because it's basically influencing everything, like from the Snapchat to telecom companies to things like Tinder or Pokemon Go. And I mean, there's not a pattern, you know, just the telecom companies or just Google and Facebook, because you might think, you know, 2 or 3 companies might use the same services or servers or whatever, but it's, look at this, it's the whole damn internet. The whole internet has gone crazy. I have done a video earlier on my local channel, in which I said, I mean, the channel in my native language, I said I'm curious about the reason. Now I know what's happening, that it has something to do with DNS servers, but I still don't know the reason, and I'm very curious to find that out, because as I said, you know, in smaller companies you might find a single server that doesn't even have a backup or a network attached storage or anything, and you know, it goes up in flames, everything is gone, with no way of getting it back, because you know, the management wants to save some money or doesn't care or whatever. But these are not the kind of environments where that happens. I mean, I hope they aren't, even though seeing how things have evolved in the tech and software world, I wouldn't be surprised that even some of these giants don't have backup or redundancy solutions, because you know the trend, you just make a lot of money and screw everything else. You just care about the money, where when you are the CEO of companies like these. But I don't know. It's still weird that everything is gone like this. I mean, I try to send a WhatsApp message to my wife, like I think about 3 hours ago, and I only got a message like 20 minutes ago that some messages might not go through, and my message has still hasn't been sent. Uh, it's weird because I see that these basically the outage reports seem to have gone significantly lower than at the beginning, but maybe it's just I'm thinking just the initial wave of people finding out that it doesn't work, and now people already know, and it's kind of a surge of people reporting, I think. So what do? I think you basically have to ignore this peak and consider this as a 100% peak, as we can see with Verizon. Maybe there's, you know, I don't know. It's I'm getting into other things of statistics and things like that I'm not fully um, educated in. Anyway, pretty interesting event that we're witnessing. To be honest, it doesn't have such a big impact on me these days. I'm not such a how do you say it? It's late and I'm tired. I'm not such a frequent user of social media. I know, I use Facebook every day. Like I said, a few minutes. I watch, who said what and whatnot. But I'm not sitting all day long. Just in a few minutes that I have some spare time, I just check my groups, my pages, and all that. And at work, I'm just mostly working on the field, repairing printers and photocopiers. So it's not driving around and all that. So it's doesn't have such a huge impact on me. But yeah, for instance, if you're a company that uses massive Facebook advertising, this is gonna be a this is gonna be a poor day. Even my wife, because she's in the news industry, and you can imagine that Facebook plays a pretty important role for any news company. So that's gonna be a bummer. Hopefully it'll go away until tomorrow. It's 20. It's 11 p.m. here, or 2300 hours. So it's kind of the end of the day for most of us. So hopefully until tomorrow, everything's gonna be good. Quite frankly, if it's not, I don't care too much. Haven't used Telegram in a while. Have it installed for some earthquake alerts that we have in a local system here. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird because I have heard of other services like the credit card payments or money withdrawal from banks. I'm not very sure if that would use domain names. That sounds stupid because in such systems you usually connect to a fixed IP server, and it wouldn't be a domain name, but I don't know. Again, I haven't worked with such systems before. It's pretty bad, and it comes to show how much we rely on technology and the internet these days. I'm pretty convinced. I'm not sure if this is the kind of event that would represent my idea of what would happen in the near future. But I have always thought that there's this huge bubble that's gonna burst at some point with the internet from other points of view. But you can think about this absolute dependency that we have with the internet today, because I'm thinking, for instance, when I drive, I have moved in this city for over a year now, over a year ago, and I still keep using Google Maps to drive around, and I genuinely don't know where I have to go to reach my destination if I don't have Google Maps and internet on my phone, and that's pretty bad. There are some, some places that I've went to over and over again, and now I can drive there without Google Maps. But most of them, even if they're like a couple of miles away, I haven't memorized them because I just input the location, press start, and I just follow the line like like a mindless bug or something. And that is not something that brings good things. We have to keep using our brains. We have to be more aware of the real reality around us. Somehow, I think that technology and the internet, in the form that they are present nowadays, will change in time, because we need to be less dependent, or to find a way to make it fail less, so to speak. Because if it works, it works, but it's bad because we depend on so much technology that can go bad in so many ways. And yeah, it's and it does go bad. I mean, every day, every single day, you see an app stops working. Some program on your computer gives out an error, and things like that. So yeah, watching these graphs, I'm not sure we've learned anything. And again, I want to stress this, that it's very weird because most of the times I have heard that there are so many redundancy procedures that are always applied, that this kind of thing shouldn't happen. But as I said, I have nothing to do with the industry, so I don't know the details. So I'm gonna end it now because I'm very tired. So as a conclusion, the internet's down, Facebook is down, Instagram is down, WhatsApp is down, Twitter is down, Telegram is down, AT&T is down, everyone's down, and we have to call it a day and go to sleep. Thanks for watching.